So the season's actually started off better than I expected, but can it continue? So before we go into the fixtures, we will just go through the transfers as the deadline day has happened since the last episode. Keenan Bennett was the only other player that we brought in, on loan from Borussia Mönchengladbach. He comes in as one of the best players in this side, English 20-year-old, not capped yet for the under-21s. As you can see, a nice little left winger that we've got. On the outs, Philip Kern, a goalkeeper, not going to be good enough. He got loaned out, as did Dume and Baya, two youngsters, and Manuel Ferona Polido, as a left winger, has gone out. He wasn't going to be good enough, and he was on £3,000 a week at us. So I thought if we can get Keenan Bennett in, who's going to be just as cheap, well, we're not paying any of his wages. He's just like a better option than Manuel. Another player that we loaned out in one of the earlier episodes, Anas Uim. He was doing really well at Watershide, and I brought him back, and he's actually one of our best players. Bear in mind, Schmidt was a really good winger or midfielder that we got on loan from Werder Bremen, and Uim has come in as actually better than him. Good player for most Bundesliga 2 sides. So we brought him in to actually go straight in the side. We managed to recall him, which was actually very useful. And he's already played 2 games and got 1 goal for us. Which brings us on to the schedule. We last met at the Augsburg match here, having lost our first 2 games of the season. And then we followed that up with a 1-0 win against Darmstadt. You might be able to see there, Mark Haider scored in the 90th minute. In a game that we dominated, like they didn't have a single shot on target. We had 24 shots, 12 on target. Probably should have won the game earlier than the 90th minute. Haider coming on in the 87th and then grabs the 90th minute winner. Followed that up with a 2-1 defeat against Nuremberg. Nuremberg, who got actually relegated last year, and they're actually 5th in the league. So they're actually doing quite well. Then a 2-1 win against Karlsruhe. Another game where we dominated, and they looked like they were going to get back into it at the end, but we held on. And then another 1-0, 90+3 minute winner. Alvarez again coming on the 89th minute and scoring, well, not Alvarez again, but a striker who's coming on in the last minute of the game or so to get the winner for us. And then FC Pauli, we were actually 4-0 up in this. They got it back to 4-2, and then James Garner scored to make it 5-2. But another game where it was pretty end-to-end, but we just had the better of it. And them having a player sent off in the 19th minute, and then we scored 23rd, 26th, and 28th, kind of put the game to rest inside half an hour. But yeah, so all of that actually puts us into 6th position. Only 3 points outside the playoff space. Actually, only 3 points outside the automatic promotion. But the main thing is, we're a big 8 points clear of this relegation zone that we were kind of hovering in after the first 2 games of the season. James Garner with the best average rating in the league, and yeah, it's kind of a nice little cushion to have early this season. Maybe we could even start pushing for the promotion spots. But I don't know how likely that is going to be, especially as we're predicted to finish lower down, and with the teams like Hamburg, Stuttgart, Nuremberg, Hanover, like some teams like that, they're just going to be better than us anyway. But today we play Wiesbaden, who were predicted to finish just above us and meant to finish bottom and second bottom. They're actually having not too bad season themselves, 14th in the league. But our form going into this should be better. We've also changed the formation. We've gone to a 4-3-3 with Bennett on one side, Uim on the other, Girth up front still, Blacker, Garner and Guggenegg, Volts, Van Aken, Susak and Agu with Korver in goal. We have rotated a little bit in the middle, mainly with actually Guggenegg coming to centre back and Levitt coming in. But Levitt did pick up an injury. He's got to go onto the bench today for Tarterhofer. just so we can start getting him some fitness back, maybe coming on as a sub. But yeah, we'll just go into this game, and yeah, I think that's all good. So they go with a 4-4-2 formation against our 4-3-3, and we'll passionately say we've got a good run. Go out there and show what you've got. I have faith in you. Get out there and make the difference. Make a difference. And yeah, we've got a ton of interview to do here. Wiesbaden are the lowest goal scorers in the Bundesliga. Do you consider Osnabrück favourites to win? Told the players there's a chance for them to go out and make a real statement to everybody else about how good we can be. Wiesbaden struggles have them 14th in the league. This is a chance to pile on the misery. We should be in a position to beat them, but we'll have to make sure to work hard. We're 4th in the form table after a good recent run. Yeah, that does help. We're definitely going to have to pay close attention to him. He's a fullback. If he gets up and down attacking wise, that could be an issue, but maybe not. We have kickoff here. We're just passing around the back two. Hopefully we're not going to give it away. Throw in now. Volts on this left hand side into Girth. Girth plays it across. No one gets to it, and they actually do a good clearance. Susak clears it to Agu. Garner. Now could we build something here? Uim. I haven't decided how to pronounce his name. To Agu. Uim has a shot straight at Lindner. Highlight now starts with a goal kick to Wiesbaden. Finds Ditgen on their left-hand side. Runs past the player. Crosses it and just headers over the bar. Free kick deep for them. Kuhn. Schläfler. Out to Kuhn. Guggenig tries to put in a tackle. Ditgen heads and Volts heads to Guggenig, who kicks it back to Korber and he just boots it up. Kind of safety first. Girth actually nips the ball in, gives it to Bennett, who finds Uim. Out to Blacker. Blacker now, tight angle. Hits the keeper. Keeper saves it and then kicks it wide. It's worth noting that if we win this game, we might actually go into the top 3. That was quite a wild strike over the top. And they've got to throw it now. Can we nab it back? We do. Bennett gets it back, but then loses the ball again. They play it around well in the midfield. We're putting some pressure on them to get the ball back. They find it out to Ditgen. Uem goes straight past Uem again, and Noll with the header over. Null, I think. They've had more shots. We've had more possession. We might go attacking a bit later on in this match, maybe at half time. Just see what happens here. Uim doesn't get the ball. Agu doesn't decide to get Schläfler, and he plays it backwards. Susak collects the ball, plays it calmly to Van Aken, who plays it calmly back to Korber. I'm not very good at pronouncing these umlauts on top of the names. Finds Uehim. Out to Agu. Into Garner, back to Agu. Garner and Agu playing nice. And Bennett's with a header straight into Lindner. Wasn't really going to do anything with that header that powerful. It was a bit of a weak effort. They've got the ball now. Playing it back, trying to create something. Agu puts some pressure on their left winger. But they do well to work it about. All the way out to their right hand side. Back into the middle. Gokhan Gül. Titch Rivero. Out to Aigner. Back to Gokhan. Now Kuhn on this side. Can he whip in across? He whips in across all the way back to Ditgen, and Korber saves. Just approaching half time now, and that is going to be half time. 7 shots to our 4. 4-3 on target to them, but 61% possession. You've got to hope that we could do something, and it's not just going to be a boring 0-0 in this game. It's time to dig in and give everything you've got left tonight. Passionately say, you weren't that bad, but I still have faith in you. Normally works. A treat. Yeah, we gotta go a bit more attacking. We gotta tell them to get creative as well, and just see if we can create maybe like at least a highlight maybe to see. Here we've got the ball. Bennett's now on the edge of the box. Out to Garner. Garner finds Agu. Agu to Uim. Uim with a shot. Lindner saves. 66 minutes in. We've got to make a sub. Girth isn't playing well, so Haider's going to come on. And Uim's looking a bit tired. He hasn't played well, so Schmidt's going to actually come on here. We're going to play him as a winger, even though he prefers playing as inside forward, just to kind of see what happens. Blacker for Levitt might be the last change if nothing else happens. Corbin now with a goal kick out to Susak. Garner plays a big ball up to Haider. Haider controls it, gets a shot off, but Lindner saves for them. Now a throw in now. Agu into Haider. Agu all the way out to Guganig. Guganig out to Volts. Loads of space on his left hand side. He puts a cross in. Schmidt with a header hits the base of the post. Bounces clear. Cleared for a corner. Corner's going to be taken behind my head. Schmidt whips it in. Schläfler gets it. Garner on the edge of the box. He's still got it. Susak will collect it. Back out to Garner. Can he cross a ball in? He doesn't. It just gets hits the first man and goes out for a throw in. 15 minutes left. And we've got the ball on this right hand side. Agu is going to whip a ball in. He's not going to whip a ball in. Garner on the edge of the box takes a deflection. And we are going to just change this up a bit. We're going to tell them to hit early crosses. Change the tempo slightly. We've got another throw in on this side. Agu into Schmidt. Schmidt now to Agu. Agu whips the ball early. Bennett's just over the bar. But that's what I like to see. I like to see crosses into the box. Got a throw in now just behind my head. Volts. And it's cleared for a corner. Kind of a bit of a weird header there. Schmidt with a cross in, doesn't beat the first man. Blacker now into Schmidt. Might have been offside. Nope. Garner picks the ball up. Gets fouled, but passes the ball back to Agu. Gunigig, Blacker, working it well in the middle. Garner, Schmidt, Haider with a shot, and it finds its way into the net. That's the goal that we were looking for. That's 1-0 to Osnabrück. 82 minutes on the clock. And Haider, super sub, maybe? Gunigig here. Blacker, I thought we were working it too centrally here. Schmidt. Out to Garner, back to Schmidt, who just works it very well. Bit of a deflection, bit harsh, but we'll take it. 1-0. I know it's late in the game, like 80, or basically 90th minute. We're going to take Blacker off and bring on Levitt, just so he can get some match fitness. This actually puts us up into 4th in the table. Agu to Garner, Guganig. I keep saying his name right, I keep saying Guganig. It's Guganig. Volts to Schmidt. Keeper does a very good save. I thought Schmidt has scored then. The sub has happened now. We get a corner and we win another corner from that corner. Corner's taken. Schmidt. Susak's going to collect it. Out to Schmidt. Yeah, corners don't really make any corners don't really do anything on this game. Throw in for them. A minute and a half left. If they get something, I will feel robbed. Bennett's with a big ball up to Schmidt. Schmidt plays through Garner. Garner just goes for the shot, doesn't get anything from it, but wins the throw. Agu now into Schmidt, headed back to Agu. Bennett's with a header, again, just over the bar. That should be time up. Hopefully Volts will just kick this up the pitch. Hopefully someone will kick this up the pitch. Bennett wins the ball back here. Into Haider, lovely through ball there. Haider with a big shot, keeper spills it, goes out for a corner. Will we have time to take it? I don't think we will. Schmidt actually does play the ball in, out to Van Aken. Van Aken gets tackled, Volts gets it, and that's the final whistle. We win 1-0 away at Wiesbaden. It's a big result for us. There you go, we came back into that shots-wise. Didn't let them have many shots in the end. And we'll tell the team passionately, very nice victory, well done. And we'll see where that puts us in the league table. We're joint with Bochum, but they haven't played yet as the Friday fixtures. So we will go through to the Sunday fixtures, or the Monday fixtures, depending on when the last game is, and I'll let you know where we finish this round of games. So, as the final game is played, Hanover beat Nuremberg 1-0. So we stay up in 4th, actually. Sandhausen must have lost, as did the other teams around us. Hanover and Nuremberg, the two bigger sides in this tournament, this competition that we are actually above, they're only 2 points behind us. But, as you can see, Hamburg actually lost this week against Jan Regensburg, or New Gensburg, depending on if you work for SI or not. And yeah, so we're actually in fourth, knocking on the door of these top 3, 3 points the gap. But I mean, it's early enough in the season. We might be able to, well, we might be able to break into that top 3. We might equally be able to drop down and find ourselves in the relegation zone. But 5 points, 10 points clear of the relegation zone. Sorry, that's a big gap to gain this early on in the season, especially as we've played 8 games and won 5, and the sides that we've beaten, Darmstadt, Karlsruhe, Osnabrück, and Wiesbaden, and even St. Pauli, they're all the 5 teams that we've beaten are all in the bottom half of the table. The 3 that we've lost to, Nuremberg, Sandhausen, and Heidenheim, are slightly higher up. So maybe it's just a case of we're better than these teams down from like 13th below, but we might not be better than 12th above. We will have to see that when we play the future fixtures. And actually, we've got quite a lot of teams in that category coming up soon. But I think, as they're top of the league, we'll see if they're top of the league come December. We'll play a big chunk of games. It's 6 games, and we'll see if we're still in the top 4 or top 5 by the time we've played them. There's some big sides in there: Hanover, Stuttgart, and Bochum. But we will come back for the Hamburg game, and see where that leaves us on the 1st of December. So that is the end of episode 4 of the Osnabrück journey. Feel free to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more Football Manager content in the future. Thank you very much for watching.